It's time to wake up.
Do most people get too much protein? Yes. That only took about 7 seconds. I think videos should be longer than that. So let's see if I can fill out 4 minutes. I think it started in the 70s where protein was the big thing. A lot of research going on about protein, about how they figured you should eat a lot of protein because they also hadn't discovered problems of too much protein. So they figure eat as much as you can, and eat the so-called complete protein. That's where the amino acid pool comes in, which they didn't know about. But there's a lot of things they weren't thinking about. They were too busy looking in their beakers to look at nature, that not too many animals eat those complete proteins or combine their proteins. A lot of animals eat low protein foods. Our closest relatives eat the lowest protein foods there are, and they have plenty of muscle, and so do I. I eat a low protein diet. Along with the scientific research was the commercial hype by companies who sell high protein foods. So today's food pyramid, they recommend about 60 grams of protein or more. But if you eat according to the food pyramid, you're going to get 80 or 100 or more grams of protein. And the World Health Organization is recommending 40 grams of protein. And that is still too much. I know this for a fact because there's myself and some other people who ate the 80-10-10 diet who are getting less than 40 grams of protein and lifting weights. But I'm stronger now than 4 years ago when I started this fruit diet. And I'm getting about 35 grams of protein or less. What more can I say? Dangers of too much protein have become apparent in our society. See, when you eat too much protein, it goes to waste. Literally, it becomes a waste product that the body gets rid of, just flushes it out. And the problem with that is it takes calcium with it. Here in the U.S., we now have an epidemic of osteoporosis. And you don't find that in China or India. Anytime you get too much of something, it usually causes some kind of a problem. It's suspected in cancer, and kidney stones is likely, and who knows what else. And it's a similar situation with fat. Like the food pyramid recommends 30% of your calories from fat. But if you eat according to the food pyramid, you could get 50% of your calories from fat. Or if you look at nature, you see our closest relatives eat about 10% of their calories from fat. Then there's me. I get about 7% of my calories from fat. And I've been doing this for 4 years. And for 20 years, since I started getting educated, I've been getting like 20%, which is less than our government recommends. And speaking of our government, who listens to our government? They're not a good source of information. I say look at the people, look at the healthy people. They're still following these recommendations from the 70s, and it's mostly propaganda from businesses, and it's been passed down through generations, and people today still believe this stuff. And today you have a whole bunch of new diseases, and people are trying to get their babies to eat meat, and they find it hard to do. There's another clue right there. You shouldn't be feeding your kids meat. You give your kids some fruit and they'll eat it with no problem. If you think this is the kind of information that people should be hearing, then make my videos more popular by giving them a thumbs up.